Hello there, Zed Bard here, and I got yet another Legends of Runeterra for you guys today. My nose is completely clogged today, so I may sound like I have a bit of a cold, but we're still in it. And we got our voice pretty much close to 100%, and that's all that matters, because we got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of decks to make and a lot of archetypes to cover, old ones and new ones alike. This expansion has been absolutely phenomenal, and we're only getting started here, ladies and gentlemen. We covered the 4 new champions by this point, even though it's only the beginning, because I am going to revisit the champions and try all sorts of different combinations with them. But before we get on to that, I want to explore some of the old, favorite archetypes that have been reinvigorated by the new card pool, and I figured we'd start off by a fan favorite in Deep. I mean, everybody likes Deep. Well, it turns out like Sherby doesn't like Deep, which really, I don't know, it's very concerning. Like, I really don't know what to say about that. But yeah, everybody should like Deep, because Deep is the shit. And it is a really, really fun archetype that's been around since Rising Tides. And it's gotten some new toys that make it far stronger than ever, and that's really exciting. 2 cards, but only 2 cards can go a long way, as we're going to be talking about Mega Deep, aka Megatusk Deep. I just call it that because we added 2 copies of Megatusk and 3 copies of Undergrowth. But this is my take on Deep after these new additions. I've seen several variants running around, and I'm really happy with my own. I'm going to explain why I believe this may be the superior version, especially considering mirror matches as well. I believe we have something that gives us a little bit of an edge for that, and that is a couple of copies of Shipwreck Corridor. I'm going to explain that in a bit. But basically, we have an even 20-20 split here with Bilgewater and Shadow Owls, and we're running a pretty standard variant of Deep. We're not going with because there's several ways to building Deep, right? A lot of people go with the route of playing this card right here, which I keep forgetting the name of, the Depths, the Lure of the Depths, right? It should be around here. I can't seem to find it. What the hell? Okay, there we go. I'm blind. Lure of the Depths is a card that essentially allows you to just kind of like ramp up your deep monsters or your sea monsters, by reducing their cost and, allowing you to just kind of like go all in on the strategy. I believe this is very slow though, and it's more successful as like a tournament variant if you're focused on eliminating certain fast-paced decks. But I believe that especially for ladder, this sort of Deep is superior, and it's one in which we are just essentially combining a bunch of toss synergies with good quality spells from Shadow Owls, while curving out nicely and not going too deep hilarious onto the sea monster package. So we're only playing 1 copy of Abyssal Eye. I believe this one is a little bit overrated at times. It's good in certain scenarios, and I do like it as a one-off, but I don't feel like it's as necessary. It's always like fun. You can't really build Deep without going triple Devour the Depths. This is the best one by far, so that hasn't really changed. But we are, like I said, incorporating 2 copies of Shipwreck Corridor. And when it comes to the early game, we have a couple of copies of Jaw Hunters to support our 3-mana play in Dead Bloom Wanderer here, a full set of Sea Scarab, a full set of Dread Dredgers, and a full set of Yetison. Some people have been cutting off cards like Yetison because of the new additions of cards like Undergrowth, allowing you to toss more and actually do something as you're tossing. But we're still running a full set of Yetison because I believe this card is still really good, and because we're playing a full set of Shipwreck Corridor. The reason why we're playing Shipwreck Corridor is because it gives us the ability to outvalue other late game oriented decks, and also generate or have something to do with our toss cards once we've gone deep. Because we're so efficient at going deep, by being able to play multiple copies of this guy, we're able to generate these treasures that just are insane in the late game. We have the Plateworm Egg, for example, that just allows us to flood the board with 3 8/8s with Fearsome. That just completely outpaces anything, really, at that stage. And then Treasure Trove, which can just give us absolutely just insane power, or nothing. But you get that dopamine release, which is really neat, and I really like it because of that. I like treasures, man. Like, that's basically it. I like treasures. I like a deep deck that's consistent, but it's also able to go full power in late game with those treasures, and that's why I'm playing 2 copies of Shipwreck Corridor. A double set of Atrocity is pretty much a staple, because it is part of our late game win con, as we can just use it onto Nautilus to deal 13 damage to the opposing Nexus. So if we get them at that range, they have to be constantly worried about it. A full set of Vengeance to be able to deal with all sorts of mid-range and control decks that have these big beefy units. For 6 mana, no matter how big something is, we can kill it. And that makes this card invaluable. A one-off of Salvage to give us a little bit of extra draw. And of course, a couple of copies of Megatusk, one of the new additions for the deep package here. We have a 4-mana 3/4 that says that once you're deep, you heal your allies and your Nexus 3. Both of the new cards that are incorporated onto deep help us out against burn and aggro by draining or healing. And in case you're wondering, you don't need Megatusk to be on the board when you go deep for the effect to trigger. If Megatusk is in your hand, you can play Megatusk, and then upon summon, the effect will be triggered once, which is really neat because you can play him for 0 mana if you summon Nautilus, which makes him that much better. As Undergrowth is just a phenomenal card on its own. Draining a unit for 2 for 3 mana is pretty solid, and being able to toss 3 in the process is just like, there's no deep deck in which you don't play this as a 3 of, honestly. Like, this card was designed for this naturally, and it is as good as it was hyped to be. As Deep has been seeing quite a bit of play in ladder, and I wanted to share you guys my own version before I move on to other things, because there are other cards that, you know, I want to explore that are going to lead to more newer decks, but I really wanted to share my version of this archetype that I've always loved ever since its inception, and hopefully you guys enjoy the gameplay that I got for you today in the ranked ladder. And that's all I gotta say. Have a solid day. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for daily Legends of Runeterra content. Like I said, we're only getting started. Hope you enjoy the matches. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Stupid idiot is our first opponent. Interesting. Some good old burn. We do need to find early game, but I mean, having MAOKAI and Jettison, I can't really mulligan these two away. We find our wood drop, which is really important, but you never say no to these, I think. Even in a matchup like this, it doesn't matter because I'm just good at the game. This feels so good, dude. Like this. Oh. No. My God, that's just like, that is the sub dredgers. No, what is your name? Drag dredgers. English. Alright, double that blue water is nice.
No one's the wiser.
We got MAOKAI as well. It'd be nice, it'd be awesome to find the Vile Feast here. Okay, we got a triple, is it? Ooh. Ooh. Let's keep getting these trades, bruh. Yeah, that don't feel good.
Everything's in place.
They don't even get their attack ordering right. Because I believe they attack with that. No, it still ends up doing 3 damage, right? They should always attack with a ballista first, though, I think. Okay. Let's go for the investment. Because MAOKAI can also allow us to trade into Saboteur anyways. Alright, they're coming in with a strong hit. They're definitely going to open attack. We're going to take a big hit here, but we're going to be able to get back that health. Oh.
I will showcase the beauty of
what the hell? Gonna stun my MAOKAI, but...
Don't mind me.
Not even going to attack with Jhin?
The curtain right. Beautiful.
Boom.
Alright. Actually, no, I should stun, because they still stun, but I can still declare a blocker. Oh, that's stupid. Oh, that's dumb. Yeah, that was silly of me. That was very silly of me. Yeah, because the stun happened on the combat, so I would have done 2 damage. Okay, we're deep. We still have the sap magic here in case there's anything that our opponent would want to do to prevent this. We can actually just rid them of their deck here.
Protect our grove.
Not bad.
We will heal these isles.
Yeah, we got healing for sure. Alright, round 2. Still running into a lot of Zed Bard. I guess a deck that a lot of people enjoy. We're gonna go for a full mulligan because we got a bunch of big fish and we don't want that right now. We gotta set up the rods first. Yeah, hilarious, I know. He's just always here. I love you.
Give me the stuff. Stuff make happy.
You make happy. Dredgers. You shouldn't undersell yourself. You're great. We're not gonna trade with that. We can always get a better trade going on here. Okay, so normally I'd like to keep the Vile Feast for when I play my Maokai, right? But here we slow them down. We slow down their Bard level up, right? But it's really good to... No, you know what? Let's just do it. It's good with Maokai, like it definitely allows us to toss earlier, but we slow down their level up. And we get another Vile Feast anyway, so, you know. We're just clearly very good at the game. Obviously. Because now we can Maokai into this. It's all premeditated, calculated. We got the Atrocity Nautilus combo. They could be playing the 9 actually.
One sprint for each crab I saw today.
Got a pass here. We're definitely not gonna Vile Feast now. We got the Maokai here online, ready to go. But still, you know, still a little bit away from getting that deep. I was gonna say that deepness. Not sure that's proper way to express that, but what matters is Maokai. Okay. Corruption everywhere. We're gonna chump. See if we can draw something to play here. It'd be nice to find. Okay, good.
And so life springs anew.
It's exactly the kind of. Okay. This toss 3, we shuffle a Maokai, but we effectively advance 2. We have no other play anyways, so we just do this. To progress our level up as well, because Maokai is a huge threat. And now I can play Devourer. Probably just Vile Feast is better. Let me think here for a moment. We can definitely go deep this round. Yeah, let's do this.
I've learned patience. Give them room to spread their legs.
I'm gonna play Devour the Depths. Try to eat this because it will progress. It will help them level up Bard by 2 stages. With less health, so the Vile Feast doesn't pull it off, which is fine. You get that out of us.
You bad!
We're gonna toss like this. Just of Ionia, alright. I could play Nautilus, but right now I think it's better to just go with this and set that up to level up Maokai here.
And so, life springs anew.
Because we have the undergrowth in the back here, which we can use to do this here. Up. Life eternal! Get rid of their deck. Stuff Nautilus that can everything that we toss we can just bring back. And now we're spawning the sapling at the beginning of every round, which is really important for us to not be overwhelmed here. We got a Vengeance, which is nice. They have 3 cards left. I could Nautilus here, but I think we just need to spread out and make sure we don't get overwhelmed here. Whoa, whoa, they're going for it. Whoa. Let's just get rid of the largest threat, and that is this Zed that's just spawning 2 copies of it. And shut him down, baby. Let's go. Maokai victories back to back, bro. Oh, man. MVP.
Life triumph.
Ugh. All right, more burn. Well, I picked a good day to play some deep. That's for sure. Let's see what we get here. Hopefully some good early stuff. There we go. I mean, 2 bricks, but 2 decent draws, so I'll take it. Show me that. Show me that rear guard. Oh, second. Yeah, I'll give you a second. Oh man, that just feels good. Double yet? I mean, those tosses don't feel great. You bad! Alright. What do we got here? Oh, that is glorious. That is glorious. I'll show you again. We're not gonna resort to it now, though. 3 damage is something that we can live with. Oh, we do find the 3rd Yedison, which is nice.
Remember the objective.
Alright.
The few for the I never miss.
Cool story, girl. I'm gonna slow down Jin's level up this way.
Strike at their foundations.
Never mind, we'll take a hit.
Vessel small, but she ain't lacking courage.
That's a good pickup. Just need a good trade into this, because right now my board, I don't want to waste my Bloom Wander. It's stopping this rookie from attacking.
Big mission.
And now we're good with this.
Here's a big one.
Come at me, bro. Come at me, bro. Not so. Alright, how about we start cleaning this up? Okay, we got the Megatusk here that will allow us to heal as well. We're still a little bit away though, so let's just go with you. And let's start clearing these up. We're gonna start off with you. Let's chow down the rookie.
Tell into him.
You can make them just like, yeah, we're not in a hurry. We'll just pass back, honestly. Make them burn all that mana.
I'll shoot the wings off a bilge wasp.
What am I worried about here? Yeah, some random like Noxian Fervor and stuff. Like we do wanna.
Art requires a certain cruelty.
I mean, they could stun here and there. I can just do this.
Danger pays.
Keep my vengeance open, just in case they have something like
I am
that.
frightened, but I am ready.
Embrace it. Your adoring public awaits. I knew you'd find your mark eventually.
We definitely don't want him to kill our life stealer, so we're gonna vengeance Jin.
I go willingly.
Reel him in.
Forgive me.
I love it. I love making bird players just be like, you know what? Fuck this. Alright, Caitlyn Ezreal. Nice to face something different. Besides, you know, Bird and Bard Zed. Been running into a lot of that lately. Okay, so I like MAOKAI in this matchup quite a bit. It can be really strong against them. I'm going to drop the Vengeance, and I'm never going to say no to double Yedison. You know, it's not really giving us board presence. Cards like Undergrowth will allow us to stay nice and healthy, hopefully. Because this deck can be deceptively strong, like in regards to aggression. With cards like House Spider. Yep. So we gotta respect their authority. Alright, better late than never. I'll go for a Yedison here.
Help when I can. Shut up when I can't.
Give me a moment. My nose is like really clogged up lately. We toss here. There's no burst pass, right? Like if they pass, we pass back. But we just want to make use of our mana. We don't want to burn our mana here. Okay, I'd like to play MAOKAI, even though MAOKAI can very easily be answered here. I'm gonna pass.
I think we have something on that case.
Well, I don't know what that is, but
Corruption everywhere.
I'm gonna play you. They pick up a Ravenous Flock. That would be annoying. You gotta be kidding me, dude. That's crazy. That is frustrating to say the least. I really didn't think, like, out of all the cards they could have picked.
Another queen.
Just Undergrowth here. We're already easily deep here. Every card that I'm concerned about is in their hand. Like I'm thinking, if I play this, I can play into a Static Shock. But what are the odds? Yeah, and before it was like, did they pick up Ravenous Flock? Like, what are the odds? It's just like, you got to put yourself in the worst spot. But they literally have every card that I'm worried about. They are just that good at the game. Unfortunately. Let's double up this. I need my treasures, basically. I need my shipwreck quarters. I gotta hold on to this jettison for when I find that. I'm just gonna swallow this.
Me? Miss? Not by a long shot. The pieces are all here. Their identity is right in front of me.
You'll figure it out. You always do. Scoping the area.
Awful. Top deck. Pass back. Man, we gotta hope we can find... I'm just gonna undergrowth here. Ship a quarter. Oh man, that's why we run two, man. That's why we run two. Oh boy. I keep the vengeance. We're gonna hold back. Till we can find that damn treasure value. We got it. Bit late to the party, but we got it. Okay. At least they're not deep, so. Okay. We got the treasures, and really good treasures at that. All right, and they're gassing out. They're gassing out, and now we get our money. We get that sweet, sweet money. Oh, and that MAOKAI as well, beautiful. strong. Delete that deck. If you don't have easy in hand,
Cut away.
you ain't got no more. Now we only get to pick one of these, but right now our board itself represents lethal. But I mean, I see no reason not to. I mean, unless if they don't tap out like immediately, then I'll wait for the next round because I don't want to lose to like a Maiwamushin Daru, you know, Ezreal that can just like attack and start dealing damage. Yeah, we're not messing around with that.
And so life springs anew.
No, we're going in with this. Because this is like perhaps in the game the least punishable play. Like I'm spawning 3 8/8s. So I don't know, man. Like you need the Super Saiyan Arachnoid Sentry here. Like there's absolutely no reason not to go for this. This is incredibly powerful, especially against a deck like this. Good luck, have fun. That healing was really clutch too with the undergrowth. We took a lot of damage. Like we were like really under at one point. All right, there it is. Finally, we get to see the full power. But now, I could just vengeance, but I need that dopamine release. I gotta see what we get here. Complete absolute garbage. But it don't matter, it's enough. That's actually pretty low curve.
We will heal these isles.
Aphelios Bard. Full on Aphelios, like no Aphelios. Oh, that's interesting. Like going mono target and only running one. Oh no, that it's because he's playing Bard. Never mind. I guess I'm still drunk from 2 days ago. Let's drop you, and you. Let's keep the Yedison. That's why we played 2 copies of Super Quarter, because we really want that late game, and also I believe it gives us the edge in the mirror as well. Also, I like treasures. Honestly, I just really like treasures, so I'll take any excuse to play them. Alright, Vortex. We're gonna go wander here. Maybe more treasures this time. Alright. We got the salvage. This sparkles. Alright. Well, that's my cue to go in for 3 damage. With this deck, like getting them down to 13 is actually really important. Because it opens up the atrocity lethal with Nautilus. So whenever you can push for damage, you definitely, you know, as long as it's not sacrificing a lot. Okay, this MAOKAI is really neat, especially with this Vile Feast right here.
I will tend this garden.
Not much we can do here, though.
Danger pays.
Nice. Oh my. Oh. Perfection. Oh my god, the scarab. It's like so perfect, dude. Especially on this attack turn with all these shots. Oh my goodness. They play this, which is just food for my Jaw Hunters. That's very interesting. With 3 mana left, what could they, even if they get something like a Meteor Shower, they can't play it here.
Argon's history is in each stone and star.
We always play a Sea Scarab. I don't care if we get punished here with whatever like random thing they can have. We always develop this. Beautiful. We go with you. Drag you. And honestly, I just want to swing with this. We block into that, but that leaves it more vulnerable. Okay. I don't want to Vile Feast this round. Actually, I probably should. Just really want to work for this level up, but we definitely should Vile Feast to prevent like the open attack with this and that. Even if we don't get the toss out of it, that's fine. It definitely is worth it here. Gives us a chump blocker. Slows down Bard's level up, which is really important. We're already deep if we want to be. Interesting. They're actually main decking this. I kind of just want to deal with that. I know I'm not burst passing, but I'm just gonna do this anyways. Just to make sure that I at least get one toss out. And now that they play Aphelios, is when I want to go with the Devour the Depths. I want to try to get rid of this. They could easily have something, but
Give them room to spread their
they need a Pale Cascade. If not, we chow down! That's huge. Absolutely huge. No! Okay. Well, you can't have everything. And now we go deep. That's so sad. We're really getting there with MAOKAI though, so I can't complain. It is what it be. I could play the Shipwreck Quarter, but I want to be able to go deep this round if I... Not deep, sorry, like level up MAOKAI if I need to. Let's go. Probably should just let off with a Jettison immediately. But we're gonna do so now. Actually, do we need to? Because I kind of like, I want to hold on to this, but to be fair, I'm going to do it now. The forest! Yeah. Kind of greedy with this Jettison because I want to toss for the treasures, but to be fair, like we leave them with like, they basically have 10 cards. 10 cards to beat us. Man, this has been a MAOKAI showcase, man. Absolute MVP. Still gonna use Megatusk for the thumbnail because new card. Like, I'm sorry, but my boy has earned his name in the video title for sure. Because sometimes I just go with Nautilus alone, but it's MAOKAI show today.
What did the stars reveal, Mother Moon?
Now I'm gonna play this guy. Because I want treasures. It's fun. That'll make things interesting. Alright, Deep versus Inspiration. Both of our decks are +3/+3 enhanced. Yeah, boy. I just want to swim with everything, so I guess I'm gonna drag you.
I know your true heart.
Better,
You were misguided.
It's a lot of damage. You sure about that? Alright, Bard. You got 2 cards in the deck. Better make them work here. I could just vengeance this guy, to be honest. There's no reason not to. They could have a Bastion here that I could try to bait out. I'm gonna draw 4 cards out of this. I'm gonna toss 2, I'm gonna draw 2. Then I play Nautilus and I get them back, so. Okay, that's the new Celestial card, right? They invoke 3. I got Nautilus here, but the reality is like I don't have to do shit. 'Cause as soon as I play Nautilus, I just shuffle everything back, right? Alright, now that they got that boy in, now we play the big boy. Motherfucker! And that's 5. 5 cards back in the deck, baby. Let's go. Too thick for you. I kind of don't know if I want to play it. Yeah, I definitely do. Yeah. Do I? I don't think I want to play this Scarab, actually. I think it's a little bit dangerous. Because at this point, like, they got one more draw. Like, I don't need to beat them. That's what this means. Like, I just need to... I want more treasures. $11. At this point, we don't gotta do nothing because they have no deck, so we mill everybody. Bro, we're milling everybody. Ooh, all right. An undersea civil war. All right, we'll take the Vile Feast. Gonna drop these 2. Gonna keep the Dead Blue Wanderer as well. We get the Sea Scarab, which is nice. No turn 1 play though. Like Dredgers would feel amazing here, though irrelevant if we run into a hatchling. So we'll see. Because in that case, Vile Feast is better. Okay, so they definitely have like multiple 1-drops, and they're choosing which one to go for.
Quick hands make quick work. That's like a 2-mana 2/3. Ah, there it is. There it is. I'm gonna swing first. And we're gonna have Alpha Steer. I guess they wanted to hold on to this collar for when they attacked. We got a very nice blocker here though. I like the Venges as well. It's gonna come into play. Yeah, a good curve here, and having double of these is nice. Alright. Incoming Waking Sands. But that means no more possibility for a Pike spell. Wander is just exactly kind of unit that I want here. A Bloodbait, okay, interesting. They haven't predicted though. They have not predicted, so we jump. Now we're at 5. Okay, Maokai has to be So let me go over, like, that turn they predicted, and then they just played this and they blood baited. So blood bait is happening, but we definitely want to play Maokai no matter what.
I will tend this garden.
We can definitely afford that because we have the Megatusk or even the Devour the Depths next round. That's good. Going down with this means that our best play easily is the Devour here. The Devour can take out one of those and give us a solid unit here to work for.
Give them room to spread their legs.
Double Sea Scarab with Maokai is absolutely insane. Like, the speed at which we're gonna be able to level him up is nutty. Nutty, absolutely nutty. Okay, so that's okay, so we're at this. What if I just block with you? How are we not deep yet? We toss 2, 21, 19, 17 with this. I'm gonna block it all with this, honestly. Even sacrificing my 6-drop, but I really... Now we're going in. We're going in. Blood and salt! Look at that synergy! Oh! Beautiful.
We will heal these isles.